Well, it is time now for Table Talks. We welcome in John Harper and Chris Lopresti to talk Knicks. And guys, actually, all right, let's not do Table Talk. It might be panic meter time.
Oh, God.
It's
Ready?
There we go. Listen, it might be a little dramatic this early on, but the Knicks got blown out by the Celtics to open the season. Like I said, the Celtics tied an NBA record, hitting 29 threes. CeeLo, like I said, I know it's early, but right now, if you're a Knicks fan, where's your panic meter at?
I'll give you a season opening panic meter, so let's go with like a 4. How's that sound?
That's a little nice.
I mean, listen, defending champs, they're raising a banner. They hit 1,000,000 threes. They couldn't miss, essentially, until they got to that 29 number, and then they tried to break the record. They missed 13 in a row, which is pretty wild. So I know Josh Hart after the game was like, let's get these guys drug tested. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Obviously kidding. So, no, look, I'm not going to go crazy. I think the deck was stacked against them to begin with on opening night in Boston. Obviously, you would have liked to seen a better performance and a closer game, but there's some new pieces here that are going to take some time to mesh. I think we probably would have expected that. I'm sure there'll be some good, some bad, some peaks and valleys. They're not going to go 81-1 now after a season opening loss, but not going to go crazy. Figure it's going to take some time for these new big name pieces to gel in the Tom Thibodeau system.
Yeah, that's exactly the number I was thinking, CeeLo. So I'm going 4.
Oh, I'm sorry.
4. I'm going like 7.
It's the first game of the year.
Make it 4.5 then.
I mean, look, you got to have some trust in Tibbs and that group with Brunson leading the way. Obviously, I agree, though. It's a different group, so you don't know for sure. I mean, how is Towns going to fit? I mean, Shaq was crushing him at the half for not being more of an inside presence, but that's not his game. Right. But he, on the other hand, he only shot 2 threes, had no offensive rebounds, so he's got to be a presence somehow with that big body. And then, where are some of these other guys going to fit? You heard Josh Hart in the preseason saying, I don't even know what my role is right now. So there's a lot to do, and it just shocked me that defensively they would give up. I mean, they usually that's what they're all about, effort and things like that. They give up that many threes. They have 113 points after 3 quarters. I mean, the Knicks. Thibodeau must have been going nuts.
The defense looked the best when they were trying to not let them break that record. Right. All the bench was in. They were like, you're not breaking that record. Another new piece of the puzzle, Mikal Bridges showed off his shiny new reworked jump shot by missing all 5 of his first half shots. He ended up bouncing back, finishing 7 of 13 for 16 points. Harp, I know you know this guy well as a Nets fan. Where's your panic meter at with him?
Yeah, I'm going to go a little higher here. I'm going to go 6 at least, because you know what? I saw this a little bit when he was with Brooklyn. He can shoot, but he's not a good pressure shooter. He didn't make big shots for the Nets in big winning type situations. So I know he had done it before in Phoenix, but he was never really the true star of the team, #1 guy. And he's not here now, but he's going to have to make shots for this team. So hey, listen, it might have been the first night out, but he also didn't shoot well in the preseason. So I need to see him fit in and relax. When he's relaxed and playing well, he's going to make shots, but he's not, to me, a big pressure shooter guy. So I'm going to go 6 for that.
Okay.
I'm going back to that number 4 again.
Oh, come on.
It was good to me on the first one. I mean, why not? We'll double down with the 4 there. Harp would know better, because admittedly, he watched more of the Nets than I did or would or cared to. But I think the point you made there, I mean, he's some of the parts guy now joining this group. Probably not going to be as much relied upon in those big spots as maybe he was with the Nets the past couple of years. I mean, maybe not. I mean, it depends on how they draw it up. The Knicks lost a real pure shooter in DiVincenzo, so it's a little bit of a different dynamic. But look, I know he's tinkering with some things, like Niki alluded to, the reworked jump shot. So maybe it's not a finished product here on opening night, which I think you'd expect there to be some improvements along the way. But I think because of the other guys around him and what they have with really that starting 5 unit, at least as it stands now, it's not something that I'm going to get overly concerned about right out of the gate.
Sounds like Niki was ready to go 9.
No, the good thing is that we saw how the Mets started the season. Yeah. Maybe the Knicks will take some of that and end up going. Let's bring out Grimace for the next Knicks game.